guys, and welcome back to Tap That Travels. We are so excited you joined us today to talk all about Harmony of the Seas. Because you're so excited about going on your cruise, what are the top 10 tips for Embarkation Day on Harmony of the Seas?
Living my best life, come what may. Together we shine in every way.
Let's jump right into the video with tip number 1. Kind of before Embarkation Day, but it's probably the most important tip I can give you. And that is 45 days before your cruise departure date, check in on the Royal Caribbean app. 45 days. This is going to give you a better check-in time and also better options for booking your dining reservations if you're on My Time Dining, and booking show reservations. You can do all of these things up to 45 days before departure day of your cruise. Tip number 2, Embarkation Day parking. There she is.
What is that? That's the Regal Princess.
Harmony of the Seas. That's not ours. This is ours. You can spend over $200 at the Port of Galveston just in parking, which to me is outrageous. This was an 8-day cruise on Harmony of the Seas, so a little bit longer than your average cruise. However, if you go through port parking in Galveston, it only cost me a grand total of $133.91. That was for 8 days. Port parking was fabulous. It was easy to find, close to Royal Caribbean's terminal, which the new terminal is fabulous, and also super easy coming back. Our driver was awesome, super nice, and a great way to get our vacation started off on the right foot. Number 3 is going to be security and passport tips. So when you're going into Royal Caribbean's new terminal, they're going to have signs and they're going to direct you where to go. And you are going to have to go through security. The first thing we did was gave our passport in the passport line to a officer. They reviewed the passport. Next thing we did was scanned our bags, and then someone, if there were any items that were questionable, they had a table set up where someone was going through bags and you had to open your bag. Luckily, we didn't have to do anything like that. And of course, when you get to the terminal, they take your large bag. So when I'm talking about going through the terminal yourself, I'm talking about them checking bags that you're carrying on, which I would highly recommend. That also is going to cover another tip later in the video where we talk about what to put in that carry-on backpack or bag. If you don't have a passport, you're going to have a birth certificate plus another form of ID. Please check Royal Caribbean's website for specifics on that. I will say that traveling with a passport, especially these days with facial recognition, because that's what they use for passport entry and re-entry, is so much easier. And I would recommend just trying to get a passport, especially if you cruise often or travel internationally a lot. And our 4th tip is muster first.
Where to, ma'am?
Muster station B4.
Where's that?
At the Royal Theater. Right there.
Where are we?
B4. When you first get on the boat, there's going to be a ton of people. You'll see in the video, they're getting in, but make sure you muster first. Your muster station is going to be located close to where your room is. So that also gives you an opportunity to kind of see where your room is on the boat if you don't already know. It takes about 45 seconds, and there's not always a huge line for it. I didn't see any muster stations with huge lines because they have so many. And it's also a great alternative to what they used to do, which was a huge muster station all at one time, and everyone had to grab their life jackets and go out on the boat deck, and it was just... everyone remembers those days, right? It was chaos. And then tip number 5, this is probably my second favorite tip. If you're traveling without kids, go to the Solarium Bistro for lunch. These Oasis-class ships, and I believe the Icon class too, I'm not positive about those, but they have the Solarium Bistro, which is adults only. And it was a great way. We have 2 children, but it was a great way to start off our trip. We did not bring them with us on this cruise. And it was wonderful. We saw the buffet. We went out and sat in the chairs, and you can see footage of that. Okay, so we have found the perfect spot on Harmony of the Seas on Embarkation Day. But when you get on the ship, if you don't have kids with you, because you have to be 18 and older, come to the Solarium Bistro. Oh my gosh, the food was good. It was not crowded. It was not loud. You could easily find a table. And then when you walk out front of the solarium and go down the steps, there's these, first of all, this is your view. It is gloomy. Port of Galveston. We're at the front of the ship. So beautiful. I have a feeling this is going to be one of my favorite spots. That's a window. Yeah, this is going to be a favorite spot for sure. Look at the boats coming in over there. But yeah, this is the little like bed thing. Matthew's fixing to bring me some dessert, and we are living our best life. Now, if you have kids, you're going to have with you, we have kids too. But if you have kids with you, you're going to have to go to Windjammer or Sorrento's, one of those places. And, that's fine. They still have a great variety. But the ship is, it is getting crowded because people can't go to their staterooms yet. But eat at the Solarium Bistro if you don't have kids. And it was also one of our favorite places for the entire cruise. And if you do have children, I would really recommend, if you're gonna do a specialty dining, use one of those specialty dinings or dining credits or reservations for that very first day, because it is chaotic. The buffet is one of the only places that you can eat. You can go get a hot dog and things like that on the boardwalk. At Cafe Promenade has sandwiches and things like that. But for the most part, it's very chaotic. People have their carry-on bags with them. They haven't got to their room yet. So if you can't go to the Solarium Bistro, I would highly recommend, if you have kids and you want to do specialty dining, to do that on the first day. Tip number 6. We're on 6 now. Take advantage, this is a good one. Take advantage of the activities that are offered on the ship very first day. So something really neat about Royal Caribbean is they open up all their activities: water slides, hot tubs, the wave rider, surf rider slide. The Abyss is open if it's not raining. It was dreary on our day, so they did not open the Abyss, which is the big dark slide on the back, which is a must do, by the way. But rock climbing, the carousel, there's so many activities that are open on Embarkation Day that most people don't know about. Pack your swimsuit and a change of clothes even in your carry-on bag. Anything that you think you would need for like a whole day if you didn't have your bags and you wanted to do all the activities. There were, and there's video footage here. The lines were so short. It was awesome. Huge time saver for during your trip. I think the zip line is even open too, which that had a very long line throughout the trip. Number 7, get you some ice cream on Embarkation Day.
Maddie's excited.
It's kind of a classic cruise activity, getting ice cream. And to me, it just starts your cruise off on the right foot. Number 8 is make sure, if you do have kids, that you're going to Adventure Ocean, which is Royal Caribbean's kids club, and sign them up very first day, first thing you do when you get on the ship. They're going to have you sign up, get all your information, and it's going to be a lot smoother process than you trying to do it on like the second day. And sometimes there's time slots that fill up too, from what I've heard. And number 9, wait a minute or two when they announce that the rooms are ready. Do not immediately go. Wait a minute or two before you go to your rooms, because the hallways are going to be crowded and it's going to be super hard for you to get to your room. And number 10 is probably my husband's favorite tip, and it really just starts a cruise off on the right foot. But when you get out in the Gulf of Mexico or wherever you're sailing into, the sunset, you have to catch a sunset on the first night. You know, there's parties and activities and dinner, and there's so much going on, but catching a sunset and then also catching the sunrise the next morning it's beautiful. And it's something that we don't get to do, especially people who live in big cities. You don't get to do a lot of the time and really take it in. And I mean, it really hits you that you are out in the middle of an ocean and you can just take in all the beauty that's around you. So guys, that's going to wrap up our top 10 tips for Harmony of the Seas Embarkation Day. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do travel stuff. We love traveling. We have a family of 4, a 2-year-old and a 12-year-old. We love going places, doing things. We also have slots on our channel, if that's your thing, and like casino resorts, things like that, and ways that you can get comped and get cheaper travel, which that is actually how we got this cruise, was through a casino offer. And if y'all want me to do a video on that and kind of telling you how that works, I have already done a video kind of like that. But I could definitely give you more information about that if you need it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to check out the rest of our videos in this Harmony of the Seas video series, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.